Hello everyone, this is Pavel with a C++ exercise from the book Starting Out with C++ from Control Structures through Objects. This is chapter 7, exercise 2, and it's called Rainfall. We are going to write a program that lets the user enter the total rainfall for each of 12 months into an array of doubles. We are going to use doubles because we will be using decimals for the rainfalls. And now the program should calculate and display the total rainfall for the year, the average monthly rainfall, and the month with the highest and lowest amount. Do not accept negative numbers for monthly rainfall figures. Alright, so let's declare some variables. So first we need the array of doubles. So it's gonna be a double. I'll call it rainfall. And it will have 12 elements because that's 12 months. Now double, we will need the total. I'll initialize it to 0. And double average, again I'll initialize it to 0. And we will need double for the maximum rain, or for the largest amount of rain, and for the lowest. So I'll call it max rain. And again, just initialize it to 0 and minimum rain. And we will also need a temporary kind of like a placeholder that we will be using to hold the value that we are currently doing the comparison against. So I'll just call it a temp. Let's call it temp rain. And again, it's gonna be 0. Now the next thing, let's do the assign values to rainfall array. So to do that, we're going to use a loop. So a for I equals 0, I is less than 12 because that's the 12 months, and I plus plus. And within the loop, we are going to ask the user to enter the number. So cout, please enter rainfall for month. And what month? Well, whatever the month is being held in our I variable. So we do I plus 1 because we start from 0. So it will read, please enter rainfall for month 1, then enter rainfall for month 2, and so forth. And we can do something like a semicolon like that, and of course end line. And we will assign that value to our array. So our rainfall array, rainfall of the index I. So this way we will populate all 12 indexes with whatever the value, one at a time, the user enters. So if the next thing, let's calculate the total. So calculate total rainfall, and once again, let's do a for loop. Because we have a fixed fixed number of months, which is 12, we can do a for loop. I equals 0, just like before, and I plus plus. And over here, to calculate the total, we will need to be adding to it, and we will simply add to our total. In fact, I'm thinking, you know what, we don't even need this. We can just do it all in this loop over here. I will simply, after we add the number, I will add that number to our total. So plus equals rainfall I. Whatever we just added to the array, we'll add the same number to our total. And at the end, after 12 iteration, after each month is entered, total will hold the total value the total sum of all the rainfall. Okay, so now let's do the average, and average is simply our average equals the total divided by 12. Simple as that. Alright, so we have the average. Now we have to find the maximum and the largest and the lowest rain. So we need to kind of have a starting point, and the starting point that we will be comparing against is going to be the first number that we entered into the array. So I will assign to our max rain will equal the rainfall, the index 0. That's the first number that was entered, and the same number we will assign to our minimum rain, which is rainfall 0. So these are the numbers that we assume are the largest as well as the smallest. And now we can do another loop and actually do the comparison. So our for integer I equals 0, I is less than 12, and I plus plus. And within the loop, we can compare each value that we are looping through with the minimum and the maximum, except I will start from 1. Now, there's no reason to start from 0 because we assume or we assign the 0 element to our max and minimum rains. So this is actually going to be from I equals 1 to I less or equal to 12. So now we compare the value and in order to do that we need to kind of remember what the value is, so we assign it to our temp rain value, or a variable temp rain is simply going to equal to the current rainfall, which is the index of I. Whatever iteration of the loop we are in, that will equal the current rainfall, and we'll assign it to the temp variable. And then it's a simple if our temp rain is less than our minimum rain, then we have a new minimum rain. So our min rain will now equal whatever the value is being held in our temp rain. And the same thing if our temp rain is greater than maximum rain, then we can assign the maximum rain the value of the temp rain. So after this loop ends, we will have the minimum and maximum being held in our variables min rain or max rain. And now we can simply output the results. So cout, and total rainfall was, and we will, you know what, let me do a little formatting. So like I'm gonna be using like set precision and all that. So let's include up here our input output manipulation. So over here I will do I'll format it to let's say to decimal points. So set precision of 2, and we'll make it fixed, and I will show point, and then we will do the variable total. So basically it will format it in nicely into a double or a decimal point, 2 decimal points, and it will output the value that is being held in our variable total. On the next line we'll do the same formatting. Let me just copy paste that. It's gonna be the same formatting. but this time it's going to be average rainfall was, and over here we will simply do the average, and now we will do the highest and lowest. So our highest rainfall was, and over here the lowest rainfall was, and we will again do this as a highest. No, I named it max rain. Okay, and this one is going to be the min rain. Alright, so that should do it. Let's run it. Let's see what we have here. And of course we have an error. Because it's not dupe or whatever did I spell it like, it's double. So let's build it, run it. Okay, so first month, let's make it, I don't know, 100.1, then 90.5 or 8, whatever. Let's make it 40.2, and let's 40.2. Let's make it the lowest number. And let's do 100.2, which is gonna be the highest number. So 50.2 and 100.2, and let's do something in between. So 50.3 and 99, even maybe not 40 but 80.9 and 75.89 and 99.99. And I don't know, 88.8, 77.7. So what do we have here? So 100.2 is the highest, which is true, and lowest was the 40.2. So that is correct. I don't feel like checking the total, but I can check the average. The average would be obviously 9.8 divided by 12. And it is 79.51, and I assume the total is correct as well. What the heck, let's just test it quickly. So 100.1 plus 90.8, 40.2, 50.2, 100.2 plus 50.3 plus 99 plus 80.9. I just want to make sure that it's working before I sign off on this, and 954.808, so that is correct. Alright, so it is working fine. Yeah, so this is all. Again, we have our array of doubles with 12 elements, one for each month. We have our variables total, average, maximum and minimum rain, and a temporary that will hold the value that we are checking now at each iteration of the loop. In this loop, we are asking the user to enter the values, and we will place that value into our array, and we will also add that value to our total. So at the end we will have populated the array with all the values, and we will have our total rainfall. We calculate our average, that's very simple, and then we assign the 0th element of the array, which is the first element or the first number that we entered, into our max and minimum, and we loop starting from the first element, since our 0th element is being assigned to our max and minimums. We assign that value to our temp variable, and then we will compare that temp variable with the value that is being held in our minimum rain. If it is less, then we have our new minimum rain, and then we compare the same value, the temp value, with our maximum rain, and if it is greater, then our maximum rain now equals whatever the value is currently being looped through, and then we simply output a formatted output. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Take care.